Hello and welcome, people of the universe. Today's podcast, I'm going to continue with our little side conversation about the misinterpretations of spirituality. And today's podcast, I've labeled it, If I Follow My Heart, Can I Fail? Well, you know what? Before even I tell you about what the misinterpretation is, let's talk about what your heart is. It's probably where we want to start. We want to talk about, why do we want to follow our heart? What is following your heart? You see, when you have something that speaks to you in your heart, not your emotions. I always say it's your feeling, but not your emotions. Your emotions can be influenced by your reactions that you're having towards the story. Like, for example, something caused you to feel jealousy, and then you had what you perceive to be your feeling, and you go, well, I feel in my heart to do this or to do that, but really that's not really a feeling, because the feeling that arises within your heart, it kind of comes from the unknown. It just rises up and you become aware of it, where an emotion is a reaction you're having to what someone said, a reaction you're having to your circumstances, a reaction you're having to what is unfolding in your story. Let's just be clear, that is not your heart. That is an emotional reaction you're having. So, and of course, there's a deeper conversation around that, but I'll just leave it right now with that. In my WTF experience program that I have online that's available for free, I kind of go into more about what the difference is between your emotions and your feeling. So let's just talk about the feeling within your heart. When you feel something that your heart is like beating with, and you feel the love for something, that feeling right there is infinite energy. So that is what it is. So when you're feeling that love to do something, maybe the love for someone, the love to start something, the love to be someone, the feeling that arises when it's infinite. Do you know how I know it's infinite? Do you know how you can tell it's infinite? Because when you feel that in the moment, what do you feel? All you feel is just all the possibilities. It's almost like, what a great idea. I can't believe I never thought about that. It was sitting right in front of me. It was just right there. Like, you kind of have those kind of reactions to it. And all you feel is, and your sense is all the possibilities of how you can do that and how that is possible. So right there, you're feeling this infinite possibility, and that's because it is infinite. What you feel comes from the infinite place of you. It is, you're feeling the infinite, the sense of infinity right there within whatever it is that you want to do. But what you then do is then you start to think about it, and you think to yourself, well, I don't know if it's a good time in the economy for me to do that. Or you look at your past and go, remember when I got hurt in the relationship? Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe I should be very careful about this right now. Oh, last time I did this business, I failed. I'm no good at business. So even though I feel to do this business and I feel the I don't, what am I? And then you start to have these thoughts of doubts, and you start to think to yourself, and you doubt yourself, and you start to think to yourself, oh, I can't believe I was even thinking of doing that. I can't believe I was even considering that. Who am I to do that? I can't do that. And you talk yourself out of it. I talk about this on stage when I used to do my Intuitive Warrior talks. And I would say, who's ever experienced that? Like, everyone puts their hands up. But you know what I'm talking about, where you just felt maybe if it was just a moment, you were just like, this is such a great idea, and you just could feel all the possibilities of it. But then when you think about it, you talk yourself out of it. You talk yourself out of what? Out of the possibilities. Out from infinity. Back to the finite land. I always say we came here to be an infinite being in a finite world. The finite world is our physical world, our duality. But who we are, our heart, our soul, who you truly are is infinite. When the infinite is expressing through you, and I'm telling you, you are that infinite. This physical realm is just the costume you're wearing. It's the clothes that you decide to wear. This body we're just using. Anyway, I guess I want to I want to elaborate more about what infinite is, because the thing is, when I say we're infinite, the misinterpretation, and here is the misinterpretation, is that infinite means you can accomplish all the things you have labeled as positive. In other words, I've written down here, misinterpretation is that infinite means you can accomplish all of your positive desires. Okay? But the thing what you need to understand about infinity, as you probably agree with me, means that it's all things are possible. And, I talk about this in the actual WTF experience when I break down what infinity is, because the misinterpretation people have around infinity, they go, well, yes, I agree, it's all things possible, Amir. Yes, all things possible. And they're like, yes, all things possible. So this desire that I have is possible. And I go, yeah, but it means it's all things possible. And they're like, yes, it's all things. So this desire is possible. But also, when you say all things are possible, it means it's also a possibility that you may fail on your journey to that desire. This outcome and results, this very thing that you feel to do, the person that you feel to be. When you're being this person, you feel free. Doesn't mean you won't get rejected. Doesn't mean people won't accept you. Doesn't mean people won't approve of you. Do you see what I mean? When you're following your infinite capacity, you got to understand, it means all things possible. You want to be this person? Absolutely, you got to do it. You got to do it. You can't look at the outcome result. You can't look at, well, how is it going to land for people? If you feel free in being that person, if you feel free in doing that thing, you must do it, because that's why you're here. You're here to be free. You're here to feel alive. And you are here to share that feeling that you have about yourself. Right now, I am sharing this feeling I have about this work. This feeling I have about myself. This is me sharing of myself. You must do that. So, you may feel like, I'm going to go and move to this country. I want to go and start this business. It doesn't mean you won't fail. It means it's worth failing for. Failing may be an option, because remember, and I just said it to you 3 times, all things are possible. If all things are possible, that means failure is an option. Okay, I get it. Well, no, failure is not an option. It's just a possibility. I'm not saying place your attention on the failure. I'm just saying, if you're using your infinite capacity, all things are possible. That's why it's so important that when you are following your heart, that you don't stay on the outcome and result. You place your attention on this journey, this process, this moment. You say, hey, I'm going to follow my heart and go there. I'm going to write this book. I'm going to start this business. I want to get into this. But you don't place your attention on or you don't stay with the outcome and result, because all things are possible. If you want to stay with all things are possible, all you know is you're going in this direction and you're placing your attention in this moment, in this process. And that's the key. The real question that I love to share around this misinterpretation is, why are you really following the feeling? Why are you really following the feeling? Why are you following your heart? Feeling, heart, same thing. Why do you follow your heart? And again, people's response normally is, well, because I will get what I want in my life, because there's an outcome and result that I'm after. And I wanted to share this with you. That is a misinterpretation of why you follow your heart. You follow your heart because every time you follow your heart, no matter what, every time you follow your feeling that feels true for you, with absolute certainty, when you follow your heart, what you're doing is you're becoming one with that feeling. That feeling is infinity. The more you follow your heart, the more you become infinite. Now, normally the mind kicks in and goes, I'm following my heart because I want to be in a relationship. I'm following my heart because I want this business. No, you're following your heart. It's not about the business. It's about the journey. It's about the process. It's about the person you become. It's about you becoming more and more of yourself, of your infinite self. That is why you follow your heart. The misinterpretation is that you follow your heart because I want to go there. I am over here, I want to go over there. No, it's what happens between here and there. That is the key. That is the secret ingredient. That is your diamond. That is your treasure. That is why you follow your heart. And that is the end of our podcast. I'll see you next time.